Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu, warum kann ich da jetzt nicht hier auswählen, zack, Clash of Heroes, Trails from Zero. Am Ende der letzten Session gab es eine Raid auf Heimat und ja, wir und Heimat vermuten Revatsche dahinter und wollen Revatsche nun zur Rede stellen. Darf ich mich dahin teleportieren? Ja. Ich wundere, ich werde ab und zu. Ich glaube, ich muss gerade mal ein bisschen noch was an Seite schieben. So, wo habe ich mehr Platz? Nicht wundern, ich werde ab und zu mal hier ein bisschen, kein Bier, ist eine Spezi, trinken. Just like I thought, there are more guard posters here than usual. They're looking way more pissed than I was expecting to. Impatient, excited, vigilant, anxious. I am detecting a wide range of emotions from them. There's no mistaking it. They must be on high alert for any retaliation from Heimat. This isn't going to be easy. For now, ascertaining Garcia's movement should be... Why the hell are you here? Da ist Garcia. Garcia Rossi. Damn, that monster meant to conceal his presence. It's you guys. You have the audacity to show your faces around here after all the shit you've put us through. I won't make any excuses. Our deal with you only concerned Kia and Kia alone. Then we understood. If you use our deal as an excuse to come waltzing into our territory, I'm going to beat the ever-loving hell out of you. Well, aren't we a dangerous old dude? I'm fully aware of why you're snooping around. However, you won't be getting a single word out of me on that matter. If you understand, then get lost. Please, just tell me one thing. If, hypothetically, you were to attack an armed enemy stronghold, would you attack from a vanguard, leaving everything to boomerang? An honest Jaeger like myself would never adopt such a poor strategy. I'd wait until the conditions were favorable and we wreak the most havoc while minimizing casualties. Wouldn't you do the same, son of a war god? Don't you ever call me that again. But yes, that's how Jaegers operate. Is that so? Thank you, I appreciate the answer. You're a strange kid. But anyway, you'd better not come in here unprepared, you hear me? I promise you'll be torn to shreds. Da war smart von Lloyd, damit weiß er schon mal, dass so mit Nick damit zu tun hatte. Something sure seemed off with him. He looked like he was tense, but also a little worn out. So it wasn't just me then. He said a few nasty things, but I felt like it didn't have the usual bite to it. He expressed signs of fatigue. I can relate with him on that front. What in the world happened to Revatsche? Doesn't suit him, making faces like that. Hahaha, wouldn't you guys like to know the reason for their lump faces? Grace? Yep. Grace? Woman, you have a knack for appearing in the most random places, don't ya? What can I say? My porter spirit guides me to the juiciest of scoops. Anyway, let's proceed with the usual give and take session, shall we? I'll be anxiously awaiting your arrival at the jazz bar. Well, klar, aber Tio ist noch minderjährig. Just saying. How should we proceed? If she plans to talk, we'll hear out. We should be cautious around her. Don't want us accidentally leaking anything to her. Duly noted. Schauen wir doch mal in der Garante Jazzbar. Sandra ist da am Pennen. Auch gut. Oh, look who's finally arrived. Sudden, I know, but do you all have any tidbit but the Heimat rate you're willing to share? I'm sure Charles showered you with all sorts of delightful details over at his office. Quick to the punch, aren't you? Actually, were you even aware we visited Heimat? Well, if you must know, I found out this morning. As I was about to ask Chow some question, I saw old Duddles barging. Right as I was wondering what's up with that, you all entered after him. Then once Dudley left with his partner and that classic scowl on his face, he came out looking mighty worried. With that kind of look covering your mouth, I'd be shocked if you didn't hear anything. You're deceptively sharp. Were we that obvious? So, Grace, I think you know better than anyone. We can't casually disclose information about an open investigation. Of course I know that, you silly goose. That's why I proposed a bit of give and take. After all, aren't you dying for some details on Garcia Rossi? Well, always a pro at dangling the bait right under our noses, eh? To put the cherry on top, I might have some news about that so-called auction, too. Whispers say Revache screwed the pooch and incurred the wrath of a speaker. Surely you want to know how these two matters might be related, no? Alright, I'll bite. However, everything about Chow is strictly off the record, got it? I can't stress that enough to Grace. I see. So the situation is more dire than I thought. Yeah, unfortunately it is. As things stand, both groups seem to be trying not to involve the public, if that's any consolation, but, well, no matter which way you cut it, this raid was too abrupt. Ignoring that it happened in the dead of night, a raid near our news agency? Not to mention it was right down the street from the IBC. Sounds like this decision was a little rushed, right? Yes, that's true. If things went south, this incident could have shaken the continent, destroying Crossbell's reputation as the Muria's trade capital. You have a point there. That also might make the info I got my mitts on not necessarily false. This information you got your hands on. Are you willing to share it now? Okay, fine. It's my turn now, eh? You see, this whole fiasco originated from inside the mafia. Lately, I've been hearing rumors that Garcia Rossi's control over his goons has been, well, lacking. Is that even possible? Yeah, I'm having a hard time buying it. I can't imagine subordinate defying that monstrous old cheeser. Well, you can choose to believe it or not. I'm just saying, maybe it's possible that the incident in the downtown district and the gunning for Mainz's right might not have been on Garcia's orders. It seems like some of the mafiosos on the lower rung were looking to climb up. If Cloud inside Revache is what those rookies were after, then that would explain them stepping out of line and getting busted. Please, can we back up a second? You're saying that last night's raid was carried out by junior members of the Mafia. Given the scale of the attack, I personally lean toward no, but considering all that's happened, you can hardly blame Garcia for his big outburst earlier, right? There wasn't a sign of his little entourage anywhere. Does that mean despite controlling Revache from the inside, he's still having issues? But what is the Don doing during all of this? According to what I've been able to gather, Marconi's desperately trying to atone for his giant blunder at the auction. Naturally, he's buttering up Speaker Hartmann, who was left less than pleased at Michelin. He's even trying to lure more influential figures of Crossbell into his fold. Influential figures? Who exactly? Cutting right to the chase, well, simply put, it's Republican faction diet members. I've heard he's met with the CGF commander too. Really? Is he attempting to suppress Hayu with political influence in Crossbell? And maybe meeting with the CGF commander is related to Revache's weapons smuggling. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Gotta remember that one of the commander is also one of Speaker Hartmann's cronies. Since the commander is in Marconi's pocket, I reckon he's using him to win back the Speaker's favor. Bingo, that's what I was thinking too. I knew a nice chat with you guys would help me get all of my thoughts in order. Haha, score. This turned out to be a fruitful little info swap. I hate to admit it, but it's been helpful for us as well. In fact, now that we've sifted through all of the details, I still feel like there's something we're missing. Something we're missing? Care to elaborate? We've been able to arrive at a convincing motive behind each action thus far, but they're all haphazard, like they aren't acting as one singular organization. I felt like Revache had a particular style to their operation, characteristic of the darkness that lies in the city. But in these cases, I just don't feel it. So that's what you mean. Now that you mention it, I'm inclined to agree. An efficient system created to take advantage of a mail reserve known as Crossbell. For an organization such as DEUTSCH to deviate from that system is highly irregular. So in other words, there's an element to this case that threw DEUTSCH out of whack. Something like that? Right, just a gut feeling though. Charles' description made it sound like these raiders would take hey, we possess unnatural amounts of strength too. It's possible that could be the reason behind Garcia's strange attitude. Wow, I should have expected this from you, Lloyd. You're a sharp kid, aren't you? If you get canned, how about joining me at the Crossbell time? We can aim for the Pulitzer Prize together. I'll have to pass. And for the record, I'd appreciate it if you didn't make me worry more than I have to. Remind me again, what the Pulitzer Prize thing she saw up in arms about? It's a prestigious international award given to the most outstanding journalist of the year. Excuse me for 1 second. Yes, this is Lloyd Bannings of the Special Support section. I managed to get through. It's me, Bixen, over for mine. Oh, the mayor. What's going on? Is there some sort of problem regarding guns? Well, you see, I'm at that Barca casino at the moment. He started acting strangely, so I decided to call you. Strangely? What exactly do you mean? He's been engaged in a poker match with another customer for quite some time. The atmosphere's gotten kind of severe. It might actually get violent. Anyway, could you come over quickly and help sort this out? Understood, sir. Barca Casino, right? We're close by, so we'll be there shortly. Okay, I'm counting on you. Mine's this mail? You mentioned something about the casino, Lloyd? Yeah, apparently guns might be getting into some sort of violent situation. Seriously, did he somehow provoke his opponent during a match? With guns as ego and crazy luck, I could totally see it happening. Well, we'd better hurry on over and assess the situation. Alright, off to Barca we go! What? What's the matter? Well, Grace did just that. There's no point in telling her not to come, should just go to the casino. Gut, wenn halt Grace neben dir sitzt, dann muss das schon sehr, sehr smart agieren, dass sie nicht mitkommen. Und zwar sehr, 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 sehr smart. Oh, you came. I think a fight is about to break out. Quickly take us to where Guns is playing, sir. Sure. He's in the middle of a private match in the back room. We don't have time to waste. Guns could blow at any second. Huh? Wasn't Guns the one provoking his opponent? Der Rückraum. Sehr gut. It's this punk. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, and King. A straight flush of diamonds, baby. Try to beat this hand, you can't. Ha, are you kidding me? I was expecting you to pull out a hand that strong on our last round. Ha, this is my true talent. You tried one too many games using those tricky hands of yours, but that's coming to an end. Come on, show us your hand. Might as well give up while you're at it too. Huh? Are you feeling okay, man? Who said anything about losing? Ah, Lechter. Are you kidding me? The only way you'd be able to beat me is with a royal straight flush. There's no way you could have... Oh, that's where you're wrong, pal. Yikes. What? 5 of kind, and they're all aces. I can't believe what I've seen today. What hand beats the royal straight flush usually depends on the rules, but rules or no rules, it's obvious that this blows your straight flush out of water. What? Don't screw me, you damn cheat. Great, you're his accomplice, aren't you? Well, screw you too. Are you sure you have nothing of the sort? I swear upon Adius herself. And during my careful observation of the match, I saw nothing that suggests Mr. Arundel was cheating. Can it? How the hell am I supposed to buy that crap? I've got luck and intuition on my side. I'm supposed to be unstoppable. There's no way I can lose to this jackass. Sir, please calm down. Oh, seriously, dude, take a chill pill. Poker's just a game of luck after all. All it means is that your luck has run out, but I refuse to believe this crap. Gambling should be a piece of cake after using that stuff. That stuff. Guns? Look out. There's no way in hell I could lose. Let go of me. Let go of me, damn it. You have to calm down, gun. What's with this insane strength? Stop the madness, guns. Well, if it isn't my favorite pals. How's it hanging? I don't know what I was expecting. How can one man be so suspicious? It is unfathomable. Quite the clad clown who got here. An acquaintance of yours, guys? Sorta. Not like we know squat about him, though. Whoa, the phone, a five of a kind versus straight flush. What the hell even happened here? It was a real nail-biter, Rennie. I was on the verge of losing everything. Can barely keep up with this. At least we were able to neutralize this threat before anyone was hurt. Let me go, damn it! Let me go! I can't lose! I can't lose! Tja. Dude, du hast aber verloren. After further protest and shouting, Guns became overwhelmingly exhausted and passed out. Due to his condition, the special support section decided to carry him to his hotel room. Oh, sweet goddess, how could such a thing have happened? He may not have been the hardest worker, but he was a kind man. There's not a soul in Mainz who disliked him. Mayor Bixen, for a nice guy, he sure was pretty violent for a sec there. Well, I wasn't expecting that both of us would need to hold him down. Yeah, I couldn't believe how ridiculously strong he was. Listen guys, it's just my impression, but you think the guy could have been on some kind of drug? Pardon me? What's the basis for that assessment? You kidding? Judging by their silence, I think Lloyd and Tio seem to agree with me. I am not sure. I don't want to say anything unsubstantiated, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. You can't rule it out. That preposterous. Guns? On drug? I refuse to believe it. He's just an ordinary miner, you hear me? There's no way he'd be able to get a hold of such dangerous... Sorry sir, but hasn't it been almost half a month since he arrived in Crossbell City? Keep in mind that he earned quite a bit of merit during his stay too. Can say for certain that he couldn't have taken advantage of that wealth. I won't stand for this slander. You mentioned that you're a Crossbell Times journalist, correct? Know that if you write some libel piece based on pure speculation, I will leave Mainz and its people in protest. Oh, come on. Take it easy for a second. I don't plan on writing an article on this, mister. Would you do us a favor, Mayor Bixen? I'd like to go through Guns' personal belongings, if that's alright with you. You too? I don't intend to imply anything, sir, but there are too many coincidences piling up here. His sudden violence, that inhuman strength, and the complete change in personality. All of these aspects are eerily similar to past cases. And in Guns' case, we also saw an absurd development in his gambling skills. Might because he took some stimulant to boost his perception or something. That explained that freakish intuition. People kept telling us how it was like he could read people's minds, you know? It is entirely possible. I can only speculate that if I were to gamble, I would likely be more adept than your average person. Tio. Sorry, Tio-tot. You know I didn't mean it like that. I am aware, do not worry. Mayor Bixen, I understand you wish to keep Mr. Guns' reputation intact. However, please envision the scenario where he is, in fact, consuming drugs. If the situation were to remain unhandled, it could pose a threat to himself and others. That may be. I could think of a bunch of possible side effects that might crop up. Same here, and that's exactly what we need to be scared of. Very well. I fear I might have been slightly inconsiderate. Go ahead, Lloyd. Alright. Lloyd carefully examined Guns' pockets, making sure not to wake him up in the process. This is what I was afraid of. Blue pills. Pills? Goddess, no. So Siri was spot on. Pretty shade of blue, but what the heck is it? Tio vices, huh? ich habe auch schon meine Vermutung. Ich glaube, ich weiß auch, was es ist. We can't rule out the possibility that it's harmless medicine yet. Maybe he has some kind of chronic disease we don't know about. Did he ever mention anything about that, sir? From all my interactions with him, no, of course I can't say for sure. Interesting. Would you mind if we hung on to these pills for now? Please do. Listen though, I beg you, do not spread this around for Ganz's sake. Of course, sir, we'll make sure to take his reputation into consideration. Also, could we leave him with you? Yes, I'll take care of him. I'll try to speak with him once he wakes up. Thanks, that'd be great. Now we have suspicions of an illegal drug circulating throughout Crossbell. Definitely didn't see that one coming. Really? I would have thought the Mafia was big into the drug trade. The contrary, actually, illegal drugs hardly ever show up in Crossbell. Drugs are messy business, you know? One misstep and they're spread to neighboring countries like a plague. I've heard the 1st Division monitors them closely thanks to pressure from Ereboni and Calvert. So, I guess Revac is smart enough to read the room on that one. I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, they made sure to cover that back at the police academy. So, something about these pills. It really is a lovely shade of blue, isn't it? Sure, but they're still suspicious as hell. ... Tio hofft zu ... Something wrong, Tio? No, it is nothing. It must be my imagination. More importantly, what do you intend on doing with the pills, Lloyd? Good question. I'm thinking this case is too much for us to handle alone. For now, let's go talk with the chief. Yes, he may know what to do. While we are at it, we should give our report on behavior we rate. We got mafias fighting each other and a chance of illegal drugs now too. Get ready guys, I'm feeling like things are about to get pretty busy around here. You know, I've only known you guys for 4 months, but I'm starting to think that you've matured a lot since we first met. Grace? What with the sudden praise? Flattery will get you nowhere, I hope you know. No, I'm serious, I've got some pretty high expectations now. Almost as high as the ones I had for your brother, Lloyd. You know, I don't think I ever got a straight answer last time you brought up Guy. So, did you know my brother, Grace? Oh yeah, back when I was still a newbie at the CNS, he helped me out more times than I can count. And in the end, his case went cold. At the very least, I'm happy that the team he wished for finally became a reality. What? What do you mean, Grace? Oopsie, Saki might get angry at me if I say too much. Anyway, I've got an event to cover, so I'm going to have to head out. Oh, and I won't write any articles about the drug stuff, tempting as it is. Bye bye, everyone. Where does she get off teasing us like that and just walking away? Another addition to the pile of things we have to think about. Indeed. Are you concerned about what she told us, Lloyd? Oh, well... Even if it's concerning Guy, I don't really have time to think about it. Behavior rate, Revach's current situation, and now these blue pills. We have a lot on our plate. For now, let's put aside what Grace told us and ask the chief how we should proceed. Understood. Hopefully he has some ideas for us. Alrighty then, back to the SSS. Zu Fuß oder Teleport? Zu Fuß, okay. Ja, wie gesagt, ich glaube, ich weiß, was diese Pillen sind. Ich werde nicht den Namen sagen, aber ich glaube, es sind gewisse Pillen oder gewisse gewisse Drogen, die mit G anfangen. Die wurden schon mal erwähnt, unter anderem in Sky 3. Ich weiß nicht, ob die hier im Spiel schon mal erwähnt wurden, ich weiß es gerade nicht.